Today, we're going to crack the secret code that's hidden inside every single song you love. You know that feeling when you're listening to an amazing track and you just think, how? Like, how did they even create that from nothing? Where does a song even start? Well, believe it or not, it's kind of like a secret recipe. And the cool thing is, almost every piece of music uses the same key ingredients. Once you know what they are, you'll start hearing them everywhere. So let's break it down. All right, first things first. Every great song, just like a skyscraper, needs a super solid foundation. And in music, that foundation, well, it's the part you can feel, you know? It's the beat that makes you want to move. Yeah, think of it as the pulse, the very heartbeat of the music. And that heartbeat has a name. It's called rhythm. It's just the pattern of sounds, and just as importantly, the silences that move through time. So when you find yourself tapping your foot or nodding your head to a song, yep, you're locked into the rhythm. But, right, not all heartbeats are the same speed, are they? Some are really slow and calm, and others are just racing. And that brings us to our next ingredient, tempo. It's a fancy word, but it just means the speed of the music. And to make sure everyone in a band is on the same page, we measure it in beats per minute, or BPM for short. It's super simple. The higher the BPM, the faster the song is going to feel. Now, this is where it gets really cool, because tempo has this kind of superpower. It can completely change the entire feeling of a song. Think about it. A fast tempo gives you that rush of excitement, that energy that makes you want to jump up and dance. But if you slow that same song way, way down, suddenly it can feel peaceful or even really sad. So in music, speed is basically emotion. Okay, so we've got our foundation set. Now it's time to build the main event right on top of it. This is the part that really tells the story of the song. I'm talking about that part of the song that you just can't get out of your head no matter what you do. You know the one. That's the melody. It's just a sequence of notes played one after the other that creates the main tune. It's the thing your brain immediately grabs onto, and it's the part you find yourself singing or humming along to. So what are these notes or tones that actually make up a melody? Well, it all comes down to pitch. And pitch is really simple. It's just how high or low a note sounds. That's it. So a melody is just a really clever string of different pitches, some going up, some going down, to create something that sounds like a musical sentence. It's what makes the tune memorable. Okay, so now we've got our beat and our main tune, rhythm and melody. But if that's all a song had, it would sound kind of flat, right? A little empty. It needs atmosphere, something to give it depth and color. Let's go back to our story analogy. If the melody is our main character, then what we're about to add is everything else, the background, the scenery, the mood lighting. And that brings us to harmony. Harmony is what you get when you play two or more notes at the same time. Just think about the chords a guitar or piano plays while someone is singing. Those chords aren't the main tune, right? But they support that melody and make the whole thing sound so much fuller and richer. And just like tempo, harmony is a massive tool for creating a mood. You've got consonant harmonies, where the notes all sound really pleasant and stable together. You hear this in happy, upbeat pop songs all the time. But then, you have dissonant harmonies. These use notes that sound like they're clashing, creating this awesome tension and suspense. It's perfect for a dramatic movie scene or a heavy rock song. But wait, it's not just about which notes you choose, it's also about how loudly you play them. And that gives us another incredibly powerful tool for controlling a song's energy. This tool is called dynamics, and it's literally just about how loud or soft the music is. A song can build this huge wave of excitement by getting louder and louder, or it can pull you in and create a really intimate moment by getting super quiet. Composers have these classic Italian terms for it, like piano for soft and forte for loud. A really simple idea, but wow, does it have a massive impact. All right, we've got the big pieces of the puzzle now. But think about this. Why do two songs sound completely different, even if they have a similar rhythm and melody? Well, it all comes down to character and personality. First up is texture. The best way to think about texture is like a piece of clothing. Is it thin or thick? A thin texture in music could be just one person singing all by themselves. A super thick texture would be a massive orchestra with like 100 instruments all playing together. Most of the music you hear probably has a medium texture, a lead singer, some guitars, bass, and drums. And last but definitely not least, we have timbre. This one might be my favorite. Timbre, you can also call it tone color, is the unique voice of a sound. It's the reason why a trumpet and a violin sound totally different, even when they're playing the exact same note at the exact same volume. It's like the sonic fingerprint of an instrument. Super cool. Okay, we have collected all of our ingredients. Now, let's put it all together and see how this recipe creates the final masterpiece. And there you have it, the whole recipe. You start with that solid foundation, the rhythm and tempo. Then you layer the main story on top with the melody. You fill everything in and create the mood with harmony. You control the energy, the volume with dynamics. And finally, you give it that unique character with texture and timbre. So here's the biggest thing to remember. None of these elements work alone. They're all interconnected. That feeling you get when a song makes you happy or sad or just totally pumped up, it's not magic. It's a code. It's the way all these ingredients have been carefully combined. So the next time you put on your favorite song, I want you to listen a little differently. See if you can hear the foundation, the rhythm. Try to separate the main melody from the harmony playing behind it. Now that you know the secret code, what are you going to hear?